as a first felony offender. And your offenses are fourth offense or greater DWI, the second charge of fourth offense DWI or higher. You were sentenced on March 10th, 2020. You received a 10-year sentence on both charges, and those two are running concurrently. Total sentence 10 years. Your parole date is 10/11/21. Your good time date is 10/11/22, and your full term date April 11th, 2029. Is this information correct?
Yes, sir.
Your case has been assigned to Mrs. Wise.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
I see where you got plans to return to Colorado.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me about that.
I've been living there for 20 years.
So this offense occurred when you were visiting Louisiana?
Yes, ma'am. I came, my daughter was having double mastectomy, and due to cancer, she's gone through the process. She's gone through chemo. She is currently doing her therapy.
Okay.
They reestablished her breast.
Okay. So how long had you been? I'm sorry to hear about your daughter. That's so unfortunate. How long had you been in Louisiana when this happened?
3 days.
3 days. Okay. Okay. And so you were able to bond out. So you were still able to be with your daughter, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me, what is your plan to stay clean and sober?
My plan to stay clean and sober is to get into therapy with the group in Pueblo, Colorado that had been part of my groundwork before I left.
What's the group name? What's the group?
Colorado Blue Sky.
Okay. Now, and you made a statement before that I read somewhere that you failed to use your tools.
When I was here, I got in a tangle with an ex-associated friend. I had not seen him in quite some time. And he is the reason I ended up here, because he assured me total confidence that there would be no problems between us if he allowed me to spend time with him. And that did not go well.
Okay. No, but do you know how many DWIs arrests you have?
I don't.
8. Do you know the first year of your DWI?
I don't.
1983. Now, I'm a little concerned about you. I'm a little concerned about your awareness, of how serious the drinking is. You have 16 years of education. Tell me about that.
When my daughter went to college, I got a CDL, and I drove over the road to pay for her education. When she completed her college, she went on to the university on her own account.
Miss Louise, I was asking about your education.
I stayed in Colorado due to my grandmother's health, and the people there convinced me to get my GED and then go into the college, the community college, to get my associate. And then I went on to get my bachelor's.
Okay, thank you. That's all I had, Chairman.
Ms. Renazi,
Ms. Rodriguez, how long had you been involved with the Blue Sky program?
Since 16.
Since 2016. So how did you end up in Colorado? Because of your grandmother, you said?
Yes, ma'am. She was,
Because you were originally from Louisiana.
no, ma'am, I was born and raised in Pueblo, Colorado.
Okay, and but I see Ms. Wise mentioned your 8 DWIs, and I see many of them were here in Louisiana.
When I got married in 79 and moved here with my spouse.
Okay. So you were involved with the Blue Sky program. Did you ever do any inpatient treatment with them?
Yes, ma'am.
How long of a program was that?
I believe it was 2 years.
You were inpatient for 2 years or outpatient?
Outpatient for 2 years.
Outpatient. Did you do any inpatient with them?
Maybe for 2 weeks.
Okay. And so you say you started since 2016.
Yes, ma'am.
And so what was it like before you came to visit your daughter? What kind of programs, meetings, or whatever were you doing?
They were meetings with the Catholic Church. I was involved in community service there, and that was my immediate circle of friends.
Did you go to, I'm looking for things like AA meetings or whatever they may have.
Yeah, that the church I attended had AA meetings.
And how often did you go?
I went on Wednesdays, Fridays, and sometimes Mondays,
So at least twice a week.
at least.
And so when you came to visit your daughter, did you find an AA group or meeting?
I didn't think it was going to be necessary. I got here on the 9th, and I had intended to fly back on the 12th of April.
Right. And then now you know.
Yes, ma'am. Now I know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
this is Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand how dangerous an individual you are?
I do now, sir.
You have been arrested 8 times for DWI and have 8 convictions.
Yes, sir.
DWI.
Yes, sir.
In my 5 years on the Committee on Parole, I've never seen a person charged twice for 4th offense DWI. That's the highest offense in Louisiana is 4th offense. And when you reach that, you go back 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So you've been 4th offense DWI twice, once in 2002 and in 2019. You have a problem. And you are like a person waving a gun, and it might go off at any time. Have you injured yourself or anyone while drinking
No,
or
sir.
driving while drinking?
No, sir.
How fortunate you are.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, something is going off at my house, but I don't know what, but let's continue. It is an accident waiting to happen. You need some help.
Yes, sir.
Evidently, the Blue Sky program is not working.
It is, sir.
Have you attempted to have any substance abuse treatment after your incarceration?
I've never left jail. I've been here the whole time.
But we do have substance abuse programs within the Department of Corrections. Have you requested any help?
They haven't offered any help.
Have you requested any help?
Yes, sir.
So you've written letters, you've talked to your classification officer and asked to be placed in substance abuse?
The substance abuse they had already established did not follow through because of COVID.
I understand. So tell me exactly what, if released, what is your transition plan? Where do you plan to live and where do you plan to work? I know it's been discussed, but I want to put it on the record.
I plan to go back to my home state and reestablish with the Colorado Blue Sky, where I kept a constant sobriety, and I do have a home office where I do my work on the daily basis. I do maintain a schedule, and my circle of friends is very, very small.
And have you applied for out-of-state compact?
Yes, sir, I have.
Has it been approved?
According to Mr. Yeah, I believe it has been. I've sent in all the information. I've not gotten a response as of yet.
Thank you, ma'am. Would the staff at St. Tammany like to make any remarks or observations?
Since Ms. Rodriguez has been with us in our facility, she has not received any disciplinary action against her.
Thank you. And how long has she been there?
She was booked into our facility on April 12th, 2019.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Rodriguez, would you like to make a closing statement?
Yes, sir. I would like to apologize to the city of Covington and St. Tammany Parish for my destructive behavior. It was not intended to occur during my visit, and I hopefully accept my apology.
Thank you, madam. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes, sir. After we, can the staff confirm the status of the compact staff there at St. Tammany? Do you all
Yes,
have any
ma'am.
idea?
What are you needing?
She had indicated a compact to Colorado had been submitted. Do you have that in your records?
I do not have that
Okay.
with me. I don't even know where I would go to get that.
Okay. All right. Thanks for your honesty. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and vote. Ms. Rodriguez, I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned. As my colleague has already indicated, the public safety standpoint, you have law enforcement opposition. The DA and the sheriff's office is opposed to your early release. So my vote is to deny because of the lack of treatment programs through no fault of yours. However, that's the circumstances that you're in. You have law enforcement opposition and your history of multiple DWIs. It's very concerning to me. I encourage you to reapply, whenever you're eligible. And again, just continue to write and ask, for programs.
Thank you, Ms. Wise. Mrs. Renaz.
Mr. Rodriguez, I do agree. I believe right now you pose a public safety risk. You have multiple DWI arrests and convictions, hadn't had the treatment that would help, and the opposition that Ms. Wise has indicated that's been expressed to your early release. My vote today is to deny.
Ms. Rodriguez, you have received 2 votes to deny your request. I'm in full agreement with my colleagues without substance abuse treatment. Since you've been incarcerated, I deem you a public risk safety, and the legal community is opposed simply because of your record with DWIs. You have received 3 votes to deny your request. Your request has been denied. You have a good day. This completes our business with St. Tammany.
This is someone I do not feel bad for. As Mr. O'Shea said, it's like someone waving around a weapon, waiting for it to go off. And she really didn't seem to have any understanding. It was almost as if she was resentful for being there. Claimed to not know her DOC number, claimed to as if the whole thing was just some big misunderstanding. 8 DUIs, 8 convictions. That's what we have on record. To think that she actually had a CDL license and drove a truck at one point is terrifying. If something would have happened, and we have seen those things on this channel, the worst of them. I have a playlist for it called DUI. I'll add this to that playlist and you can check it out. I think we would, you wouldn't even be, it wouldn't be even just about blaming her, but it would have been about blaming the system. You would have said, how is it possible that she's in a car? How is it possible that she's in the position to get in the car and take someone's life if it had happened? And you got to ask the question, yeah, how is it possible? Where's the system failing everyone? The idea that she can just, there needs to be like certain things in place. Now, we don't have the details, but was it her boyfriend's car that she drove? Did she rent a car? Like, there needs to be, I'm not for big government. I actually hate that. But for certain use cases, you would think there has to be something in place that would make it impossible for someone that has 7 DUIs to get an 8th DUI. Now, you can't control people, right? So maybe those laws do exist. Maybe she doesn't have a license and she just got in the car. But I have no empathy for her. We live in the age of Uber. It's literally, in the history of the world has never been easier and more affordable to get from wherever you need to be from point A to point B. It's never been easier, and it's never been more affordable and convenient. You have no excuse, yet she makes up excuses. She in this parole hearing, it was her daughter, which yes, you can feel bad for, but her daughter doesn't need you to fly in so that you can then get a DUI while she's going through treatment. You think that that's what she needed on her conscience, on her mind, on her stress? She blamed the guy she came to see or something. Don't put yourself in the position to do it. Don't put if you at a certain point in your life in your age, you can just say, I'm not able to do it. I shouldn't have keys. I want to drink. Fine, go drink. But don't have access to a vehicle. You can make that decision while you're sober. I'm glad they gave her a 10-year sentence. Her full term date is 2029. This hearing took place in 2021. She's got, as of today's date, she's got another 6 years on her sentence. They gave her a 10-year sentence, which I am very glad about. It's actually quite, you might even say, well, what's going to happen after 10 years? She was talking about the program. She was great in Colorado. She was, okay, sure. This is the amount of times that she's been caught. I think in one parole hearing, they said that you drive 30 times or 40 times. I forget the number for every time that you're caught. And look, people make mistakes. I think a lot of us have stories about this stuff, but 8 times, there's something, you got to say there's something very wrong with her. It's it has to be rated up. People, the idea that it took so long for the system to give her a 10-year sentence says there's something very, and this was her first felony offense, right? So she got 4 DUI, as Mr. Shea said, and then it got it again before they finally gave her a felony. So they kept giving her breaks and breaks and breaks and breaks. And maybe because some of it was in Colorado and some of it was in Louisiana. I don't really know. But, I think you got to give Louisiana a lot of credit here because she's lives in Colorado. She's born in Colorado. That's where she's, has her home and whatever. And she was here for just a few days. And the judge didn't say, the DA didn't say, yeah, I see you're going, just don't come back here. No, they said, you know what, enough's enough. They said, we're going to protect not just everyone in Louisiana, but we're going to protect everyone in Colorado. Enough is enough. And I give the credit a lot of system. Yes. Sorry, drunk. I'm not officer. She is just a danger, a ticking time explosion thing. Sorry, I'm lost with YouTube right now with what you can say and can't say. It's really quite an impossible task these days. But I'm not even sure how to title this hearing. But anyways, this has fired me up just as much as some of the other cases. it's disturbing to see, but there are people like this. And then when you match it with a system that doesn't really seem to be doing its job, it creates a really dangerous situation. But I'm glad that they did lock her away, and people are safe up until 2029. And hopefully she can come down to earth out of it. She didn't give me the impression that she has any of that ability here at this hearing, but hopefully she can realize that she is a danger and figure out why it is that she does what she does, and start to heal. Wish her the best in that way. With that, I'll let you go.